Hi there everyone, welcome to the Ukulele channel. Today I'm here to compare two ukuleles that are not similar in any way. On the Ukulele Underground forums, which is a place where a lot of longtime ukulele players hang out, and additionally, new people join, and there's a new member called Chef Trip who asked some questions about this instrument, the Aklot AKC-23. And they had watched a video where this was compared to a $1,300 instrument. I don't think that was my video. And the reviewer ended up saying that this was a better deal for what you're paying. And as such, the person bought this as their first ukulele. Then they went and found a Kala KA15S, which is Kala's entry-level ukulele, not counting the Makala brand. So that's their very base level soprano for $20. And they thought that it sounded better than the Aklot with the solid mahogany top like that. So they had a bunch of questions. One was like, did Barry Maz ever review this? And the answer is he did, but then something strange happened that caused Barry to pull his video. I don't know what happened exactly with the company, but it's something to do with the way that they're promoting their videos, or somehow maybe paying people to give it positive reviews on Amazon or something. So Barry pulled this. And early on in my days of ukulele reviewing and making ukulele materials, I let Barry's actions influence me greatly, which he would laugh at because, again, his idea isn't to change anybody else's mind. It's just to share his thoughts and to let you have your own. So he'd be like, why did you do that? So Barry pulled his review of this at the time. He did have one. So later on, I gave my Aklot AKC-23, which I had been sent by Aklot to review, to my niece and didn't have one. And it was an instrument that I missed, so eventually I found one on Goodwill and bought it. You can still buy these new as well. They have sort of that orangey finish with your dove bridge, which is the strangest thing about it, and sort of an orangey color. But I liked the instrument and I wanted another one, so I got it cheap. Probably about the same price that Chef Trip paid for the KA15S. Nonetheless, he feels that the KA15S sounds better than his Aklot AKC23 and was wondering about it. Like, why does the AKC23 sound muted? When it has a solid mahogany top, shouldn't it be better? Could it be the strings? What's going on? Well, the answer is yes, it could be the strings. And I thought I had changed these strings, but I haven't. They are the original. I'm not sure if they're Aquilas, but they look like Aquila strings. So that is the first place I would start. I would swap these strings with a clear fluorocarbon. And I would go for a brighter fluorocarbon. So I would go something like a Martin M600, although there's been some discussions again on the forums about Martin 600 strings fraying. And if that's the case, I'd look at maybe something like an Oasis bright clear string. You get a double length for the price of the set, makes it a great value, but maybe I would try doing that instead and give that a shot and see how it goes. The rest of this instrument is laminate mahogany, but it does sort of have a curved back a little bit. You know, I do like this instrument, and I think it's time for some other strings. I think this was also the point where they were using walnut for the fretboard rather than rosewood. I think there was a change there due to import wood restrictions for a while. Another person said that they should look at the Enya Nova U concert, which is not a bad suggestion. So Chef Trip was interested, what's the sound difference between these two? So I'm just going to demonstrate that today. They're completely different instruments. You've got a side sound port, polycarbonate with a little bit of carbon fiber mixed in, solid mahogany top with laminate mahogany back and sides. You've got, again, maybe questionable non-Aquila Nile gut strings on here, whereas you have Enya's E6 fluorocarbons on here, and that's going to make a difference too. Now, in full disclosure, this instrument is brand new. It was in a box until this morning. Long story short is I ended up buying one of these off of Amazon last year. They offered it at an incredible price. I jumped on it because my 17-year-old son has sold my original one that has the Uke Stuff fretboard, inlay on there. That's the sticker that you can put on. My son stole that one and is still using it. So I bought this one actually originally to give him, but it's been in a box ever since that point. So I took it out this morning and it is holding tunes, so I can make this comparison. Now, this is not a wood sound. It's bright. It's not sustain. I'll count the sustain. About 5 seconds of sustain. Now I'm going to play the couple of songs that I typically do on both these instruments. This one may go out of tune, but I think it's doing pretty well for being brand new out of the box. All right, and now the Aklot. All right, I'm going to C for sustain. Again, these are old strings, and again, they may not actually be Aquilas. About the same amount of sustain. It's a warmer sound, which is what you'd expect from a mahogany ukulele. There still are some overtones you can hear. Now, let's do some fur-elise. Onto the Aklot. And now let's do the uke stuff song that I typically do. All right, and on to the Aklot. And I think newer strings would help with that, or different strings. And then the only other negative that I have with the Aklots here is that the side position markers are there, but they're dyed that orange color, and it's really hard to see. Those could be white, and that would be so much better. Now, in comparison between the two, I don't know, they're just completely different animals. Mahogany top, laminate back and sides, inexpensive ukulele that's an amazing starter uke. Action is good. It's comfortable to hold. The neck shape is rounded on both, more rounded on the Enya. The Enya actually feels heavier, probably is heavier with the polycarbonate. The Enya has the modern styling. The side position markers are easier to see on the Enya. I think there was an earlier version of these that didn't have the side position markers that they now paint on with the instrument. That might be wrong, but I think that's what my memory serves me as saying. And just so different style and different tone. So yeah, there's a warmth to the plastic, but there's a it's just a different sense with the wood ukulele, and again, I think different strings would make a difference. So that's our quick look at these two instruments. Hopefully that helps you understand the kind of the difference here between the two. This one actually is more expensive typically than the Aklot, although this one again was bought at a bargain price. This one was bought at a bargain price too, used. And you can find both of these used from time to time because people play them for a while and then decide that that's not the thing for them. And because they didn't spend a whole lot, they donate them, and you can find them at places like Goodwill, garage sales, and other places as well. So I don't know if I would use the words rich and deep for the Nova U. I would definitely use, it's a warmer sound. It's not even necessarily that bright. The soprano one is much brighter and much louder because of that brightness. And the Aquila, it's more of an open sound. More of an open sound, I think, is the way I would describe it. All right, thanks so much for joining for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.